Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to reading for the week of December 9th. This week you have this happy card and this by the book card. This is a very good card of like channeling happiness or focusing on happiness. The by the book card is like things going according to plan. So I don't know, I feel like something is like actually going how you expect it to go for once, which is nice. And I think it'll make you very happy. And you have the Ten of Cups as well. The Ten of Cups is also a card of happiness. So clearly this week could make you very happy, or you could be feeling very happy that things are kind of like going your way. Sure, we'll take it. Why not? But you have the Ten of Cups, the Magician, and the Six of Swords. This would be like something, you know, you're happy because you manifested something with that Magician especially. I think that, you know, the Magician is pointing to the Four of Pentacles, which is really standing out to me in this reading. And so I think that this week is, like, I wouldn't play it safe, right? I think that this week is encouraging you to, you know, I think this is kind of saying that for you to be happy, that you have to leave a comfort zone, or you're going to have to, like, take some sort of risk. But there's definitely a lot of happiness with these two cards here. Like I said, with that by the book card, I just get the feeling that things are going according to plan. So that looks amazing. Again, you have the Ten of Cups, the Magician, and the Six of Swords. Ten of Cups, these people are choosing happiness, so they're standing in the real world, but they're celebrating these 10 cups that are above their heads. And, you know, the Ten of Cups represents like happy home, happy family, or just fortune after difficulty. So you could be just celebrating kind of like an improvement in your life. I also feel you end with the Judgment card as well. And so I feel like some of you are celebrating getting answers. And, you know, if there's something you've been waiting for an answer on, the Judgment card could be like communication, getting an answer, or knowing what your next steps should be. You have the Magician. The Magician is all about manifesting, of course, and he's literally pointing up to that Ten of Cups. So you've been hoping to manifest something that will make you happy. You know, he has mastery over all the suits in the tarot in front of him, and those are all the ace versions of the suits. And so he has the, like, all the tools necessary to get what he desires. And again, I think a lot of you are kind of realizing that you have the tools necessary to be very successful at this time. Again, I think this is one of those readings that's very simple, Capricorn, because again, I really think that what the reading is talking about is the Judgment card. Even though we have a bunch of cards here, I think that a lot of you have maybe not been sure like what your next step should be in life, or, you know, what to do next. And I feel like this reading is saying that, you know, if you've been unsure in like work or business or whatever, that you are getting the answers on like what to do next. You have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords can represent moving on to calmer shores. This is probably why you are happy, is because you're moving on to calmer shores, or you're heading towards some sort of improvement, which of course is a good thing. So let's see where this is going. I like all Earth signs had very simple readings this week, which is great. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Hermit. The Hermit says that you have, you know, again, I kind of get this feeling that you've earned something as well. He's standing at the top of this mountain, and, you know, the story of the Hermit is that he went on this long journey climbing this mountain in the dark to find his inner light. And we have the sun in the reading as well. So, you know, I think a lot of you have found the light, or you have found your own inner light, probably after going through some sort of dark night of the soul, or after going through a difficult process. With the Magician, you have the Ten of Swords. I definitely feel you could be leaving something behind. You have Death, Devil, which is you, but, you know, still could be leaving something behind, and the Judgment card. The Judgment card, we have to let go of our entire past life. You know, they have to rise up out of those coffins. The coffin is their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. So for you to have something new, you're probably going to have to make sure that you have completely released everything from the past. But I'm not necessarily talking about love here. I don't even think this is a love reading. I think it's saying that you're about to get answers on what your next step should be in life in general. But again, I think the Ten of Swords is about letting go of the old story, like that you can't do something, or that you can't have something, and that's what I would release with this card. With the Six of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is you. So you show up twice in the reading. Whenever you show up as yourself, it really puts you in a position of power and strength, and kind of like allows you to get what you want from the reading. So showing up as yourself is good. The Queen of Pentacles is also an increase in your resources. I do feel that Capricorns are still worried about money, which makes sense based off of like what you've been through over the past years. And you have the Five of Pentacles here as well. So, again, the Queen of Pentacles is about getting resourceful, but I do think your money is going to be improving anyway. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Take the Lead card. You also have this Support card. So I think a lot of you are clearly having to take the lead in your life. The Hermit is all on his own. But that does not mean that he should be alone. The Hermit, I believe his next, this is not accurate tarot, but I believe the Hermit's next steps are to come down from the mountain. It's easy to isolate yourself when you've been through something challenging or difficult, and it's easy to stay in isolation and just shut out the world. But really, his next step should be to come down to the world and to shine his inner light, to be an inspiration from other people. That's how he will find fulfillment. And so I think that this is, Five of Pentacles as your first card here, saying like you don't have to stay out in the cold. There are people who want to support you with the support card, but you're going to have to take the lead to get that support. So maybe you have to ask for help, or maybe you just have to get together with friends or do something like that to feel more supported. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles has a very easy solution, like all the fives. With the Five of Pentacles, we have to make sure to call attention to our strengths, not our weaknesses. So the Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Five of Pentacles, there's also, the church behind these people represents a place of sanctuary. So they are out in the cold, but they could easily get out of the cold if they went inside this church. So the Five of Pentacles says that sometimes we have to look for a place of support, which you have that support card. And I would definitely, I think there is a place of support, but maybe you have to ask for help or whatever. You have the Death card. Like I said, big transformation here. I don't know that I would really call it a transformation. I think maybe it's more of a change, or like you stepping into a completely new existence, really, because you have that Judgment card at the end. And the Death card, there's this king here, and the king is dead underneath the Death Rider, and it says even kings die. So the king being dead kind of represents the fact that even things that we think are going to last forever don't. And sometimes we have to, head towards the light. Right here, we have the sun coming up between the two pillars that are on the moon. And so this whole entire reading, and even going this way, Six of Swords up to the sun, it's like saying that you are stepping into a sun period, which is great, because a sun period is a period of time of like happiness, joy, peace, feeling good, feeling warm, feeling like the sun is shining on you, getting attention. So I think a lot of you are undergoing a change where you're stepping into just a brighter energy. You have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles can represent holding on too tightly to the past, and like I said, I definitely feel it could be a good time for you to like open up to a new existence or a new life, and that's pretty much exactly what I would do with that Four of Pentacles energy. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles. Really weird. All three Earth signs this week have had like repeating cards in their readings, which really doesn't happen that often. So repeating cards are basically the universe saying I meant what I said. And I think this is about you asking for help, or maybe you need to you need to be the one to initiate time with friends or something like that, so that you can get support, or so that you can fill up your fun bucket or whatever it is that you're hoping to do here. With the Death card, you have the Page of Cups. Yeah, not really a love reading, but there is a little bit of love here. So if you want love, I think it's available to you. Page of Cups could be an admirer, or it could just be like a new person that's coming in for you here, and obviously it will probably lead to a lot of happiness. One thing I will say is that with these two cards here, the Five of Pentacles twice and the Devil, that this could represent you could be attracting a person that's like been through something very similar to what you have been through. I would of course be careful of that here, Capricorn, because it's like you want to make sure that you're getting with a person who is healed, and I don't see anything that says that yet, although we'll see. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. I think you really need to start believing that you can have what you imagine. He's disappointed with what he has manifested in front of him. I think that like I've said to you many times in past readings, I think that Pluto in your sign energy has made it so that you have just learned to be disappointed. And the Four of Cups is about realizing that, number one, you have a new offer for whatever you want in front of you, and that you also have the ingredients for success right here with these three cups, and even this fourth cup here as well. So it's like, yeah, maybe you've been disappointed, but each one of those disappointments has taught you something that will make you more successful in the future. And I think you need to realize that all you have to do is like mix these cups together and pop it in the oven, as I always say. And that's where your success will come from with the 4 cups, is by, kind of mixing together the things that you've been through and realizing that those lessons are what's going to make you successful. You have 3 cards here, apparently. In the area of messages from your future self, you have this delicate rose card. It says, be willing to honestly say what you feel, no matter how terrifying it may seem. There you go. Maybe asking for help or something is terrifying, or maybe speaking up in a situation is terrifying, but I would definitely do it. You have this lighthouse. It says, you are a light that can't be hidden, so don't ever try to dim it for anyone. Hermit, the sun, totally opposite energies. The hermit is hiding the lantern. He's hiding his light from the world. The sun would be about, blasting that light out all over the place, which I always say, I think that's what the hermit needs to do. You have this travel card. It says you're attracting positive movement or travel that will bring your desires to fruition. So yeah, it's kind of weird. We don't really see a lot of movement in the reading, just in general. Like, if we had a bunch of knights here or like the 8 of Wands, I would say sure. But, there still could be a lot of movement. Definitely time to like speak up and shine your light. We do have the 6 of Swords though, so there still could be movement. You have the Sun, the Devil, and the 7 of Cups. The Sun, of course, is like ultimate happiness or joy and peace and happiness coming in for you. I kind of think you need to move towards the Sun, which normally I only say that with the Queen of Wands, but the Sun, it kind of is like a spotlight in our life, and the sun shines a light on things that we need to pay attention to. So if there's like anything that's capturing your attention, it could literally be anything that you keep thinking about, then the sun says you need to move towards those things that you keep thinking about, because it's probably the sun is trying to tell you like, hey, this thing over here, like this idea or this plan that you have for your life, it's something that will make you happy and bring a lot of joy, peace, happiness into your life. You have the Devil. I kind of feel like this is just your energy showing up in the reading. Again, whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength and really allows you to get what you want from the reading. I also think that you could easily set yourself free from something that you feel stuck and bound to. These people have these chains around their necks, but those chains are really loose. They could easily lift those chains out from around their neck and they could set themselves free. So I think for a lot of you that this is about kind of like setting yourself free from something that has you paralyzed. Again, this card here, this delicate rose, it says be willing to honestly say what you feel, no matter how terrifying it may seem. So the Devil could definitely be something that is terrifying to speak up about, but I think that doing it will clearly lead to success or something you want. You have the 7 of Cups. Again, 7 of Cups has been coming up a lot. I kind of feel like I want to blame Neptune and Pisces right now for the 7 of Cups energy, because like everybody gets a 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is thinking about something, dreaming about something, but he is seeing all like the good things and bad things that could happen. There are good things and bad things in those cups, but he's instead of doing something about it, he's just thinking about it. And so he isn't really going to know what the outcome is going to be unless he actually moves towards whatever the dream is. So the 7 of Cups kind of says that you can't just assume what is going to happen if you like move towards something. You have to find out, is what the 7 of Cups says. With the sun, you have the moon. So I don't really necessarily like readings with the sun and the moon because, number one, if this is a person, this can say that the two people in the connection are just too different. And so I don't normally like it. We'll see what else comes up here in this reading. I kind of have a feeling that the problem here is this right here, 5 of Pentacles and the Devil. So I would say if you're meeting a person and they're not healed, or you're not healed, take it how it resonates, then this could say that there's a problem. If they are healed, then it's not a problem. So, again, only you can answer that question. With the Devil, you have the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is work hard, play hard, which you've been getting with me all year. So if you are working hard, I think you need to be playing hard. If you're playing hard, I think you need to be working hard. And I would just make sure that you're balancing the energies. Sometimes I feel with the 2 of Pentacles that something can be hard to ignore. Like there's tiny little waves over here, and then the waves with these boats get bigger and bigger as we move across the card. So sometimes, and especially with the Sun talking about attention, I feel like the 2 of Pentacles is saying that something is getting harder to ignore, or your attention, or something is building in momentum, or something is building in energy. And if there's something that's getting hard to ignore, it's something I would pay attention to. With the 7 of Cups, you have the 5 of Wands. You could be fearing conflict. Like, you could be fearing that if you move towards a dream, or if you speak your mind with this delicate rose card, that you're going to create a conflict or something won't go according to plan. But the Seven of Cups says, well, actually, you don't know what's going to happen. You have to, and you have that by the book card. So it looks to me like things are actually going to go according to plan. And I think you need to allow for that to happen. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this receive card and this reflect card. So, number one, I think you need to reflect on what you've been receiving. It's like, is what you are getting in life, is it what you want or not? Or is it not even close? And I think that can help you, make changes so that you can get what you want. I also think that you need to get ready to receive, because clearly you're about to receive something great. You have the Seven of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Eight of Cups, also in the good stuff. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says, when you know that something is for you, then it's really for you. So the Seven of Cups, I kind of feel with the Seven of Cups energy here, that this is saying, like, if you can get into the energy of having that dream or whatever the Seven of Cups is, then you will have it. But you really have to believe it with this Seven of Wands energy, right? You have to believe deep down inside that something is for you, and you have to be really sure of yourself. But it is coming up in the good stuff. So, again, I think a lot of you could absolutely be getting something you want. The Seven of Wands is also about putting up boundaries. And with the Devil here, and also with all the retrogrades, I think it's a really good time to put boundaries up against anything that is toxic. So I would make sure to do that as well. You have the Judgment card, again, waking up to your purpose. These people are being called out of these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And, the whole, like I said at the beginning, I think the whole entire reading is just about this Judgment card. I think it's just about you leaving the past behind, or, completely transforming your life into something new. And that's exactly what I would do with this energy. And again, something is clearly, we see a lot of attention here. The sun, this card, meaning the universe is trying to get your attention on a direction. The other way that we could read this moon and the sun is that it's like there is clarity, but with the Seven of Cups, it's like the moon could say you're confusing yourself about like what you should be moving towards, or like what you should be doing. It's like the sun is actually very clear, but the moon is about wearing emotional armor. So the moon could say and the Judgment card could say you're trying to protect yourself from a new life, but really you need to release your emotional armor so that whatever this is can be successful. So there you go. You have the Eight of Cups. Again, the Eight of Cups is coming up in the good stuff. And the Eight of Cups represents walking away from things that no longer serve you. So if you are making a change or walking away from things that no longer serve you, the Eight of Cups would be very good. We don't really know what the Eight of Cups guy here is walking towards. You could say that he's walking towards the Nine of Cups, or he's walking towards fulfillment. Like I always say, we don't actually know that, and neither does he. He has no clue what he is walking towards. He just knows that he needs to walk away from his current situation because it isn't fulfilling, and he needs to go find fulfillment. Again, I think the important thing here is this reflection card. Does your life reflect what you want or not? And if it doesn't, the Eight of Cups says then it's time to make some changes so that you can get that reflection, right? With the Seven of Wands, you have the Emperor. Yeah, I mean, definitely some of you could be attracting like an Emperor or an Empress, take it how it resonates. The Emperor is about taking control. And so I think it would be a great time for you to take control of your life and really make what you want to have happen. With the Judgment card, you have the Chariot. We were talking about movement, and the Chariot is definitely a card of movement. So the Chariot is about heading towards a victory or having a victory because you're moving towards a victory. It's also about moving in a new direction. The Chariot, he is leaving behind his old life in this city, and he's moving in a new direction, but he has no clue what he is moving towards. He is just in alignment with what he wants, and because he's in alignment, he gets what he wants. So I think a lot of you this is about like matching energy of what you want, and if you do that, you will get it. With the Eight of Cups, you have the World. Amazing. Another one of your cards, the World, it can be Capricorn. The World is like a big, is like a big accomplishment or accomplishing something great in your life. So I think that for a lot of you, you could be accomplishing something. You have this Firecracker card. It says excitement on it. Yeah, I think you should be very excited because, with the sun and all this other good stuff, I think something very exciting could be happening for you, or is about to happen for you. It could be between, now and the next couple of months that something exciting happens. You have this Bird Perch card. It says, waiting for news, package, or letter. I think at the beginning of the reading, we were talking about how that Judgment card could definitely represent like new communication, or it could represent hearing news or something like that. So, if you're waiting for news, there you go. And no, that's not what I really feel it is, though. I know what this is. I think that this is your next steps. I think for a long time, maybe you've been confused about what your next step should be here. And I think you are receiving, maybe not communication, although it could be, but it could be like spiritual communication or intuition, or just an answer that pops into your head where you know what to do. You have this bridge card. It says successfully overcoming a problem. So there you go. You have this June card and this dagger card. It says fears, worries, tense situation. I actually feel pretty good about this. Like if you dealt with something back in the month of June, I think that you could be clearing up a tense situation in your life, or you could be clearing something up that you went through. And finally, you have this carriage card. It says a journey, either physical or mental. Yes, I think you are definitely about to go on some sort of journey or take an adventure, and it will probably be very good for you. But this looks really good, Capricorn. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.